All right, so we had a question in our Discord this week about how to make it so that when we are scrolling on our webpage, how do we make it so that in case our navigation has a dark logo, dark menu, etc., and we start getting into a darker image or etc., how do we exactly separate our navigation from the background? So for example, we do have a light image here, but let's say we had something a little bit darker. So let's go ahead and change the image and maybe set it to, let's find something a little bit darker here. Maybe something around this, okay? So we have dark logo, dark menu, and maybe it works for, maybe we have a little bit lighter up top here, but as soon as we start scrolling down, it gets a little bit darker. How we can fix this on scroll is creating let me click on my menu, creating a pinned menu that has a scroll effect. And there's a couple things here that we can totally go over, which is transition and fill color. But for right now, we have just used the fill color, which is really easy. And this is what it looks like. So we're dark and dark here, but as I scroll down, we get this nice little fill right behind our navigation menu. So if we go back, Control Z to our other menu just like this, or our other background, as we scroll down, we get this nice little white background here. Okay, so how we go ahead and do this, I'm just going to undo all of this. I'm going to set this to default. Okay. So first things first, we are going to, on default, when you click your navigation bar right here, you'll go into your inspector, you'll go into your layout tab, and you'll scroll all the way down to position. The default position will be default, and you want to switch this to pinned. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we want to actually set this to overlap next section. So as you guys can see, now this navigation will literally be right on top of the section that we have here in our layers, which is why now there is no white background behind the navigation bar. If I unclick that, the background of the navigation is white, but if I overlap, it is overlapping the image now, which is perfect. And now when I do this, right, so when I switch this from default to pinned, we actually get some extra options here. So watch this carefully. So if I try to scroll down all the way to the bottom here, all I have here in the position is the position type. Once I set this to pinned, I get some new scroll effects, which is exactly what we're doing. So I'm going to set this to overlap next section, and now I'm going to turn on my fill color. Now we do have white, but let's say just to show you guys, I can set this to any color of my choosing. I can set this to red, I can set this to pink. I can, I'm just going to set it to pink so you guys can see this. So I'm going to scroll, and now we have what comes in the background is that nice pink. And now what I could do, let's say I wanted to match the background a little bit. And go in here. Of course, this is not the 100% exact color of the background, but it's close enough. I'm going to go ahead and preview. We scroll down, and there we go. We get that nice background. And when I scroll up, it disappears. Now, this video is not to dive in too deeply into the other option, which is transitions, but just to show you kind of what it looks like, we'll go ahead and toggle that on. And it has two options. It has move and it has fade. Move allows you basically to, when we scroll down, it allows you to say, hey, when we scroll down, please send the navigation bar either up, down, left, or right. And we can actually send the delay. We can increase the distance, we can increase the delay, the duration, the animation essentially, and the easing of that movement. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to leave this direction up and leave everything kind of how it is so you guys can see what's happening here. So now when we scroll, it changes color, and also it goes up. So it stays for a little bit and then goes away. Okay. Now basically you can do that in pretty much all the directions, left, right, top, bottom. And this is not something I use quite often, or I really haven't used or found a particular event in which I would like to use it. However, it is awesome, and you're able to actually make this movement happen without code, which is beautiful. So for example, let's say you did want to have the, let's kind of put away the fill color here. Let's go back to preview. Let's say you do want the logo to stick around for a little bit, but after a certain period, you want it to just disappear. That's a nice little smoothness that you can add to your website, and it's there if you need it without code beautifully. So if this is something of interest to you, definitely check this out. Remember, you are going to click your navigation bar, you're going to set that to pinned, and you are going to then mess with your scroll effects that have either transition or fill color. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because we have tons of EditorX videos for you each and every week. So with that said, don't forget to join our Discord if you have more questions about EditorX and want to join us in our weekly live video calls in our Discord, in our voice chat, where we literally talk about every and any challenges you have in EditorX. We talk about design, freelance, business, and how to get better at EditorX. We go from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. EST every Wednesday. So if you want to join, links down in the description, and I'll see you there. Have a great day. Bye.